welcome to Girl Be Serious. I'm your host, Riss. I hope you're having a good day, whatever day it is. Hopefully it's Friday. Hopefully you're listening to this when I drop it. If not, if it's the weekend, if it's morning, nighttime, I hope you have a great day and night and whatever you're doing. It has been an interesting year so far, and I took a break last week from the podcast and from live. Just going through a lot, dealing with a lot. I feel like I'm in like a learning phase of my life right now. Not in ways that I thought I would have to. But let's talk about it a little bit. Let's kind of dive into it without fully diving into it, without calling people out. But I feel like it's important to learn and to share and to encourage each other when things are okay and when things are not okay. And so I feel like the older I've gotten, the more I've had to learn about boundaries and the people I surround myself with, the people I let in. A lot of the times I am someone who I just blab my whole life, every little detail to people around me. And I don't know what it is, but I've definitely been learning to stop doing that not everyone needs to know everything about me and about what's going on in, my significant other's life, and what's going on in my life. And then once it escapes that little bubble, then it's gossiping, I feel like, then talking about other people and family drama and just everything. So let's dive in to this conversation. It's a lot about people who can hurt you the deepest sometimes are the people who you love the most or who love you the most. And that can be really hard and challenging and hard to navigate sometimes, especially with growing up. And when you're a kid, you depend on some of these people. And then you grow up and you don't need to depend on them. You don't need to do anything. They're just kind of there. They are a part of your life. But then you need to navigate and decide and figure out how much or how little they are in your life, if it's healthy or not healthy. So, let's get something straight. I have some notes here. So if I'm looking at my notes, don't judge me. Someone can love you and still be unhealthy for you, and vice versa. You can love somebody and it still be unhealthy and not good for you or them. Good intentions don't erase harm. History together, how long we've known each other, does not erase bad. Even shared moments and, again, love doesn't erase it. You can acknowledge the love, the good, the connection, and still acknowledge that certain behaviors are unacceptable. Love doesn't mean you have to accept being drained, disrespected, or unsafe. Understanding someone's plain. You know me, I have trouble reading. Understanding someone's pain, it doesn't mean you have to accept their behavior. So like if someone is going through something and they're acting out irrationally, they're doing things they shouldn't be doing because they're upset, that doesn't make it okay. Like that's still not good. You need to be able to control yourself even when you're upset. But that's the line and that's the truth. All right, so let's talk about when is it time to walk away? I feel like I've walked away slowly from some friendships, from, family, from relationships that just weren't good for me. You know what I mean? And here are some examples when maybe you should think about walking away. When you feel exhausted or drained after every interaction, when you're constantly anxious before or after talking to them, when your boundaries are ignored or dismissed, when you're always the one apologizing and fixing things, when you don't feel emotionally safe being honest. If loving them costs you any part of your peace, any part of your emotions that are just so bad, like constantly. Like, listen, a one-time deal, you heal, you move on. But I'm talking about like consistently dealing with these things. And for me, I've been dealing with these things for years, and it's not gotten easier. And what's the line they say about people who keep doing the same thing over and over again? It's like, you're psychotic. And so I'm trying to fix that. I'm trying to change my patterns, trying to change my behavior, how I react to things, how I share things. Um, because I have been in situations, I put myself in situations where I am depended on, and it's not in a good way. Like, it's not like dual dependency, it's not with an adult. It's not this is different for a child. Like, of course your child's going to depend on you. You need to take care of your child. That's different. But like with like adult relationships, like they cannot depend on me fully and like rely on me. And if I'm not there, then it's like really bad. Like, that puts a lot of stress on me. And that's not good. And it's been difficult navigating that feeling and emotion because I have been putting my body in so much stress that I've like messed up my hormones. I mean, like my cortisol was raised, and it's just not okay. And that's not a way that I want to be living life. And so I'm trying to change it. I'm trying to change my mindset and my life and just the way that I'm doing everything and walking through things. And I encourage you to do the same, especially if it's messing with your health and your well-being. And like, I've been so emotionally drained this year so far. And it's not that it's not worth it, because it's important with the people who I'm going through this with. But it's just tiring and exhausting and a lot. And I feel like it doesn't have to be that way. So, yeah, peace, your health, it's not optional, it's essential. And yeah, now let's talk family in specifics because it's hard and sticky. These are some notes I have about it. Pulling away and creating boundaries with family often comes with guilt, but their family pressure, cultural expectations, and fear of judgment. And I'm not saying you need to X out your family completely if they are the one stressing you out, causing you pain, and like constantly like being a problem in your life. I'm not saying walk away from them completely, but like take baby steps back. Like, if you are struggling and like it's just a constant thing and they are always asking you questions, and then you feel like you have to tell them everything, and if you don't tell them everything, it's a lack of love, which is not true. It's just you're protecting it. It's your privacy. It's your life. Especially, I'm talking for adults only. Like, if you're a teenager, you're living with your parents, like, that's different. Until you're 18, until you feel like you're an adult enough. Okay, that's not my business. I'm talking about adults here. Adult to adult. But like, I know it's hard, especially like with family, but also with friends, it's hard. Especially when you've been friends with someone for so long, but you just feel like it's just time to change the relationship, to, you're in a different part of your life, you're in a different phase. And I think it's okay. It's not bad to do that, especially if it's for your own well-being. If you've changed, if you have, there's just, and you don't have to not be friends with them. You can still be friends with them. You can still care about them. You can still love them, but just have a different type of relationship. You know what I mean? So I'm working on that. And I feel like with family specifically, distance can be hard because your family, you're supposed to be there for each other. You're supposed to love one another. But it can be hard when it's constantly draining you, when it's constantly a negative situation, when it's constantly a negative feeling or vibe, and you're feeling drained all the time, you're emotionally twisted all the time, it's a lot. And if you need to walk away, like, they'll be okay, hopefully. And if they're not okay, then like find some help for them to be okay. It's not supposed to be all on you just because they're family. And they can lean on other people. That's not just you. Um, you know, you shouldn't have to be their one and only. Okay. Unless you're in a relationship with someone, then you should. I'm not saying to cheat. You should be their one and only if you're married to them. Okay. That's not what I'm saying. So yeah. Does that make sense? I have some questions that you guys sent in about family drama, about boundaries, which I kind of was encouraged to talk about this on the podcast since y'all sent in so many just questions about this. So someone said, how do I set boundaries without starting a war in my friends and my family life? So I would say you start small. If you talk to your family member all the time, they call you all the time, they text you all the time, they are, needing you all the time, just like start small. Like, I'm not saying don't reply to them, but be like, hey, I'm stepping away from my phone. I need a minute. I need some time. Like, oh, I don't know. You know what I mean? Like, it doesn't have to be big. You could also start with sharing less details, less information. Like if you're on the phone with a family member or a friend and, you feel the urge to blab about something, like just don't share it. Like keep some things to yourself. And I'm doing that right now and it feels good. And I encourage you to do that. You can protect your time, your energy, your phone space, your home, and you can enforce these things like quietly. It doesn't have to be loud. It doesn't have to be dramatic. You don't also need to like over explain yourself. Like you can set your boundaries for what you feel is necessary. It's not a lack of love. It's like, it's for yourself. That makes sense? Okay. What do I do if my family says I've changed? I don't think that's a bad thing as long as you're not like super bad and like doing bad things and not taking care of yourself. And like if you're not doing well, but if you've changed in a good way, if you know that, you're setting boundaries, you're talking to people less that are it's not good for you. Like, I don't think them acknowledging, that's just them noticing that you're putting up boundaries. That's noticing that you're protecting yourself more. That's them noticing that you're, it's different. It's gonna be different. They're gonna be like, hey, you're not letting me in as much. You're not, telling me as much. Yeah, dude, it's called a boundary for a reason. It's not a bad thing. We're not here to stay the same. We're here to evolve and change and get older and wiser. And I think that's good, right? Okay, how do I stop feeling guilty for pulling away? I've struggled with this, but sometimes you just get to a point where it's just like, I need to do this. I need to step away from this situation because it's like killing me softly inside, like the song, killing me softly. And I don't think you shouldn't feel guilty. Like, I know it's hard, especially with family, of like, they're your family, you need to be there for them. But it's also like, what about you? Like, it's not always about everyone. Sometimes it's good to be selfish. Sometimes it's good to think of yourself first. Like, my health is at risk right now. I need to pull away. I need to step away because I'm constantly stressing and crying and upset. That's not good for me. And so I think it's okay. Like, take a deep breath. You'll get through it. You'll be good. Find one person you can trust fully and talk about it. Maybe go to therapy, talk it out with somebody. Like, vocalizing your feelings and your thoughts is so powerful and so strong, or even writing it all down. Start journaling. Dude, write everything down. It's so good for your mind and your heart, and like just spew. Find the time, take the time, stop scrolling on TikTok unless I'm live 3 to 5 every weekday, as long as I'm not sad. and take the time to journal, and it'll help you drastically. Okay, last question. Can you still love someone you need space from? 1,000%. 1,000 million bajillion percent. You can love someone from a distance. You can love someone so much, but you can still step away. Like, stepping away is not loving someone less. Stepping away is being like, maybe I am not needed in the situation. Maybe if this is putting me in harm's way and you're in harm's way as well, like, this situation is not good. Okay? So I don't think putting your mental health, putting your physical health in danger is going to be good for that, you know? So the truth that we can all leave here today is you can love someone deeply and still be choosing yourself. I have seen people in my life be in relationships that are not good for them, and it's just bad, and they need to walk away, but they're probably blinded by what they think is love. But you could love somebody and it not be a good relationship for you, and it'd be bad. 1,000 million percent. And sometimes you have to learn that yourself. And so I guess we'll just let them learn that themselves, is that, you know what I mean? But you need to protect yourself without shame. You need to protect your health without guilt, without an apology. It's your emotions. It's your time. We can outgrow people in the way that we are connecting with them, in the way that we are communicating with them. But you could still be friends with them. It's not a lack of love. It's not a lack of respect. It's just, time moves on. Life moves on. People move on. And I think that's okay. I think we're all growing. We're all changing. You're not weak, okay? You're not ungrateful. You're not mean. You're not selfish. You're not, a horrible person. You're just a person. And if you can acknowledge a situation is not good for you with love and respect, like, yo, Jesus, take the wheel. You know what I mean? Like, not my place, not my time. It's not me, dude. I hope that helps me sharing a little bit of what I'm going through, without specifics, because that's rude. But yeah, I hope that you are okay. And if you're not okay, I hope that journaling and whatever you find in life to help you, I know what mine is. I just hope that we'll get through this. And if you're having a good time, if you're excited for the Super Bowl, you're excited for Valentine's Day, you're excited for life, good. I am so happy for you, and I hope that you can share your joy. Like, try sharing your joy with others. Like, love on people more and share smiles and compliments and just happiness, okay? That's what I encourage you to do today. That is your job today. But yeah, don't forget, I am live on TikTok, radio_Rizzo. Come find me, come hang out with me. I do my radio show live 3 to 5 every weekday. And I'm on 105.5 JYY. I'm the programming director and on-air DJ. I'm also on some other stations. You know what I mean? So, I hope you have a great day. Come find me on Instagram, I think it's Rizzo Radio on Instagram. And find me on YouTube. You're watching, hopefully, maybe right now, on Girl Be Serious podcast on YouTube. I'm also on the Pulse Podcast Network on Spreaker. But yeah, that's that. We're looking up, kids. 2026 is going to be good. Sometimes you have to go through it to get to it. And I feel like that's just what we're doing. So I hope you have a great rest of your day, whatever you're doing, and you're safe. And yeah. Bye. Oh, girl, be serious. Not too serious.